Okay, so what I tried to show you folks on in the videos I made for the for using spreadsheets to do all this work for the correlation and regression and lines is, so this is that question on WebAssign, that last one you're struggling with. So I selected, I don't, do you see how I selected those cells, and I copied it, and then I'm going to open up a spreadsheet here. Let's see, new Google Sheet, and I'm just going to paste them in as soon as it loads. Load, load, load. Load, load, load. Here we go. And then I'm going to paste them in. And remember, you don't want to double click, because if you double click, everything will go in the same cell, and you don't want that to happen. You just click once, and then you should be able to paste them in. And then now to do the slope, and the y-intercept, and the correlation. What we need to do is when do equals, and then you just type the word slope, and then it'll pop up, and then you want to do the y values first, then do comma x values, and that's that. And then do the y-intercept, you do equals, write the word intercept, and select that, and then you do the, select the y values again, and then the x values. If you do get that backwards, it'll give you the reciprocal work, and that isn't what we want. Then do correlation. It doesn't really matter which order you do the correlation, but I'll be consistent just so that I'm, because the correlation with y index is always the same regardless of what's on the x-axis and what's on the y-axis. Let's see how you do that again. Comma, and that's the correlation. And I think if you go look at your version of these questions, you'll see these are the right answers. And then it asks you, what does it ask you? It asks us, there's the correlation. How do we use that regression equation to predict the max values on page 10 and on page 70? So let me come back to my spreadsheet so I can see those formulas. Let's see, where is it? Right there. All right. So I've got a regression equation now. I've got max value. I'll actually write this out. So the max value equals negative 0.2197, I'll go with, times the page number plus 17.253, I'll go with. So then make the prediction for page 10. We'll do negative 0.2197 times 10 plus 17.253. I'm going to let the spreadsheet do that in a minute. And then for page 70, it's negative 0.2197 times 70 plus the 17.253. And then, let's see, I think there's one more, isn't it? Isn't there one more below here? Come on. Suppose there were 200 pages. So that's definitely an example of extrapolation, because it's way outside the collected data. See, 10 pages is inside the data, 70 pages are inside the data. But if I'm going to try to use this regression equation for 200 pages, well, that's way outside the data. I mean, the highest number of pages was 90. So this is when we don't know if this linear relationship is still holding. So I don't have any confidence in that prediction. But since they're asking us to do it, let's do it. And that's what we get. And then what is the slope? Well, the slope is that, right? That's the slope right there, right? And what's the y-intercept? They didn't ask us. So basically it says as the number of pages increase, the maximum cost decreases because the slope's negative, right? So that's that. I guess do you need me to calculate those? Why don't I guess. So I'm gonna kind of cheat a little bit and let the spreadsheet do this. Actually, let me grab these pictures. let's do this. Let's grab those so that you have those in the spreadsheet, and I'll upload those to the spreadsheet for you. And then I'm just going to clear out that writing. Let's see, clear all drawings. Okay, so we're going to do max value equals. So then I'm going to click on the slope. I'm going to go times, what is it, 10 we're supposed to do? Plus the y-intercept. So that's the prediction for 10 pages. And then we'll do equals. I mean, I could type all these numbers in or type it in a calculator, but since I've got them right here, what is it, 70 pages plus the y-intercept. Actually, I don't need parentheses, do I? Plus the y-intercept. And then that extrapolation value when there's 200 pages equals the slope times 200 plus that y-intercept is 17.53. Okay, so that's how you do that, and hopefully this will help you do this again. You can have to do something similar to this on the last exam. This is extrapolation. The reason this value is extrapolation is because it's way outside. 200 pages is way outside our collected data, so we don't know if this linear relationship still holds. It could flatten out. So live dangerously if you try to extrapolate with a regression equation. Okay, I'll get this video to you.